Hello everyone and welcome to Ira Tutorials. I'm Aarti Naik and today I'm going to teach you class 10 subject English unit 4 topic 4.2 the luncheon. Luncheon is a very beautiful lesson in that you are going to learn so many things. So let us start with luncheon. Before that let us go for warming up. Question number 1. Talk with your partner and discuss the following question. Have you ever been invited for a lunch to any hotel by your friend? What was the occasion? Did you enjoy the lunch? Why? Okay, all question you have to find out with your partners. The luncheon, with this you might have understood the luncheon means a formal meal. Formal meal means when you are invited by someone or you invite someone for taking afternoon meal, that is called the luncheon. Discuss in pair that people with the phobias are often not conscious of them. Do you agree or disagree? Why? Now see, in your life you are going to meet so many different people. Some people are phobias. Means what? It means that these people are very mannerism or unusual habit they are having, or it can be their weakness. That means they want to make show off of something, but in actual they are different. Okay, so uh, they are not conscious, means they are giving advices to others, but they are not following it. Okay, so do you agree? Do you have met this type of people? And what is your opinion about it that you have to make there? Now let us start with the luncheon. This lesson is written by William Somret Mugam, was a was a distinguished British playwright. That means he used to write plays, novelist and short story writer. He was among the most popular writers of his era and reputedly the highest paid author during the 1930s. His work is characterized by a clear, unadorned style, cosmopolitan settings and shrewd understanding of human nature. Shrewd understanding of human nature means sometimes we know we human we are speaking different and we are acting differently. So these type of people are described by in his work. A most delightfully humorous narrative, the luncheon. So luncheon is a very humorous narrative. You will definitely enjoy. You keep on laughing by reading it. Is a slice of a life story about Mugam's luncheon date proposed to him by a woman who he hopes is a supporter of his art. So he thought that woman is supporter of his art, and as she wanted to meet him, that's why she asked for the luncheon. Now let us see what happened after this invitation. So let us start with the lesson. I caught sight of her at the play, and in answer to her call, I went over during the interval and sat down beside her. I was long since I had last seen her, and if someone had not mentioned her name, I hardly think I would have recognized her. She addressed me brightly. That means here, writer went to say a play, and during play he got a call from a woman. So he went to that woman and he sits beside her. Then also he was not remembering that woman, but that woman was very friendly with him, and she was behaving like that she knows him very properly, or they are knowing each other from long time. Well, it's many years since we first met, now the woman is saying. How time does fly. We are none of us getting any younger. Do you remember the first time I saw you? You asked me to lunch in. Now here she is talking with the writer, but writer is trying to identify her, trying to find out that where he met her or what the story is about, what she is speaking about. Did I remember? It was 20 years ago and I was living in Paris. I had a tiny apartment and I was earning barely enough money. That means before 20 year the financial condition of a writer was very poor. He was living in a small apartment, tiny apartment, and she had read a book of mine and had written to me about it. That means she used to read books written by the writer and she used to write him. I answered thanking her, and presently I received from her another letter saying she was passing through Paris and would like to have a chat with me. Means before 20 years, when she used to write letters to the writer appreciating his work of writing, at that time, second time when she sent the letter, in that it was written that she is passing through the Paris and she want to meet him. But her time was limited, and the only free moment she had was on the following Thursday, and would I give her a little luncheon at Foyot's afterwards? Now, he thought that okay, anyway, she want to meet me, she is my friend, so I must call her for luncheon. And he decided to give her lunch at the Foyt's restaurant. Now, Foyt restaurant was very costly restaurant and it was very famous restaurant of the Paris. So, Foyt's is a restaurant and it was so far beyond my means that I had never even thought of going there. That means writer was not having that much capacity to pay the bill of the Foyt's restaurant, but then also he also want to make show off to his fan, and he want to chat, and he thought already she is having less time, she will not eat much more, so he can manage it, he thought. And he never thought of going in that restaurant because it was beyond his means, that means beyond his capacity. I had 80 francs, gold francs, to last me the rest of the month, and a modest luncheon should not cost more than 15. So now writer does not have any experience of any restaurant, and especially about food restaurant, so he don't know the rates of all the things which are available in the restaurant. So he thought that he is having 80 franc, so hardly 15 can be spent on luncheon. That was his thinking. If I cut off coffee for the next 2 weeks, I could manage well enough. So he thought that for next 2 weeks he will not take coffee, and that money, that saved money of the coffee, can be spent here by giving lunch to the fan, that means that lady. I answered that I would meet my friend at Foyot's on Thursday at 12:30. She was in appearance imposing rather than attractive, and she gave me the impression of having more teeth. She gave me the impression of having more teeth means what? That she was not attractive actually, but having more teeth means a person who eats more. White and large and even then were necessary for any practical purpose. Now when they are meeting in the restaurant, what will be the practical purpose? That eating food is the practical purpose, and by seeing her he thought that now his bill is going to increase. She was talkative, but since she seemed to want to talk about me, I was prepared to be an attentive listener. Now, as she was his fan, as being fan, whatever fan is speaking to the writer, he must have to respect it, and that's why she used to talk on and writer used to listen it quietly. I was startled when the menu was brought, for the price were a great deal higher than I had thought. But she reassured me. Now, what she reassured him, let us see. But before that, after watching the menu card, writer was startled. That means he was uh, surprised that by looking at the menu card and prices of the uh, food items. But she gave him a relief by saying, I never eat anything for luncheon. That means she never took anything for luncheon. So she skips her lunch. Oh, don't say that, I answered generously. Now, if suppose when we are inviting someone for luncheon, we have to force them that please have some. So, like that writer also said, don't say that. I never eat more than one thing. I think people eat for too much nowadays. A little fish, perhaps. I wonder if they have any salmon. Now, what she said that for luncheon she is eating only one food item, and she thought that if salmon is available, she would like to take salmon. Well, it was early in the year for salmon and it was not on the menu. But I asked the waiter if there was any. Now, generally, salmon fish is not written on any menu card because hardly it is available. It is a costly fish and hardly it is available, and that's why it is not written on menu card. If suppose someone, if it is written on menu card and someone demand for it, so from where to bring? Hardly they used to get it. Okay, but luckily on that day salmon was available on Ford's restaurant. When writer asked him, he said that it is available. Yes, a beautiful salmon had just come in. It was the first they had had. I ordered it for my guest. That means it was just the time when salmon was there in the restaurant, and the first order of salmon was given by the writer for his fan, his guest. Okay, so I ordered it for my guest. The waiter asked her if she would have something while it was being cooked. No, she answered. I never eat more than one thing unless you had a little caviar. I never mind caviar. Okay, that means now she want to eat caviar. Now she started luncheon with what? That I eat only one food item. Okay, one food item she used to eat. Now, when waiter asked her that it will take time for preparation of salmon, till that do you want to eat anything? So she said, if I knew I could not, that if caviar, I will take little caviar. I never mind caviar. That means, according to her, caviar is not food. Caviar is also a large fish, and it's a large and delicious fish. Okay. I knew I could not afford caviar. Now caviar was also costly. So writer was knowing that now first she ordered salmon. That means bill will increase. Now she is ordering caviar. So again it will give bill will increase more. But I could not very well tell her that now he once you are appointing guest, you can't say guest that don't order this, I don't have money. Whatever the guest is ordering, we have to fulfill his or her wish. For myself, I choose the cheapest dish on the menu card, and that was mutton chop. Now, writer thought that for himself he should ask something, otherwise she will take it. Other, she will think that why I am not eating anything. So he saw the menu card and the cheapest item, less costly item from the menu card, that was mutton chop, and he ordered it directly. I think you are unwise to eat meat. Now she is giving advice to him that you are eating very unwise food. That means mutton chop is having lots of fats. So you should not eat it. It is not the right choice for eating. She said, I don't believe in overloading my stomach. And she is the only ordering two items for eating. She ate the caviar and she ate the salmon. She talked gaily, that means happily, of art and literature and music. But I wondered what the bill would come to. When my mutton chop arrived, she took me quite seriously to ask, I see that you are in the habit of eating a heavy luncheon. I'm sure it's a mistake. Why don't you follow my example and just eat one thing? Now, did she eat one thing? She ate two types of fish. Okay, and that was the costly fish. I couldn't possibly eat anything more unless they had some of those giants asparagus. I should be sorry to leave Paris without having some of them. Now, she started the luncheon by saying that she eat only one food item, okay, and again when waiter asked her, then she order caviar also. Then now she is ordering asparagus, okay. So and she is saying that if suppose I am coming in, I am coming at this place, and if suppose I am not eating asparagus, then what is the use of my coming here? So what is the asparagus? Asparagus is a plant. It is a type of vegetable, and it is the um, mostly uh, what we can say, it is a 100 times costly than any other vegetable. So she is asking for asparagus. So asparagus of this restaurant was very famous. So I should be sorry to leave Paris without having some of them. Now she is ordering third food item. My heart sank. I had been I had seen them in the shops, and I knew that they were horribly expensive. My mouth had often watered at the sight of them. I'm not in the least hungry, my guest sighed. But if you insist, I don't mind having some asparagus. I order them. Now she said that okay, I am not actually hungry, but if you insist me to eat the asparagus, I don't mind having some asparagus. And as she spoke like that, writer has ordered asparagus. Aren't you going to have any? No, I never eat asparagus. Now here writer don't want to eat anything because the amount of bill is increasing after uh, one by one item is increasing and bill is also increasing. We waited for the asparagus to be cooked. Panic seized me. Now, panic seized me means what? The thought of payment of the bill. He was having limited money. It was not a question now of how much money I should have left over for the rest of the month, but whether I had enough to pay the bill. Now, at beginning, he was thinking that okay, out of 80 franc, if I will pay 15 franc, I can sacrifice 2 week my coffees. But now it question is not about it. Now question is about whatever I am having, is it enough to pay the bill? It would be mortifying to find myself 10 francs short and be obliged to borrow from my guest. Now he thought, if suppose after paying 80 franc also, if suppose 10 or 20 franc less, if suppose I am having, then it will be how it will be shameful to ask to the guest and borrow money from her. I knew exactly how much I had, and if the bill came to me more, I made up my mind that I would put my hand in my pocket and with a dramatic cry start up and say, "It had been picked up, picked." That means I will make this type of drama that someone has theft me. Of course, it would be awkward if she had no money enough either to pay the bill. If suppose I am making this drama and if suppose she is not having enough money, then it will be awkward in front of her. Then the only thing would be to leave my watch and say I would come back and pay later. Now, here writer is thinking about the payment of the bill, which means he is keeping different plans in his mind ready. So if plan 1 is not successful, then plan B, plans if plan B is not successful, then plan C. Like that he was making different plans in his mind. And on the other side, guest was enjoying the meal. The asparagus appeared. I watched her thrust them down her throat in a large mouthfuls. At last she finished. "Coffee?" I said. "Yes, just an ice cream and coffee," she answered. I was past caring now, so I ordered coffee for myself and an ice cream and coffee for her. Now author stopped thinking about the payment of bill because he made up his mind that whatever amount he has, that he will pay, and for the balance he will give his watch to them, and later on he will pay it. "You know, there is one thing I throughoutly believe in," she said as she ate the ice cream. One should always get up from a meal feel one could eat a little more. That means you should never eat for full stomach food. "Are you still hungry?" I asked faintly. "Oh no, I am not hungry. You see, I don't eat luncheon. I have a cup of coffee in the morning and then dinner, but I never eat more than one thing for luncheon. I was speaking for you." Now she said that she is speaking for writer, and she said she is taking only one item for luncheon, but now this is her fifth item. First she took salmon, then caviar, then asparagus, then coffee and ice cream. So she started with one food item only, but now she completed the fifth one also. "Oh, I see." Then a terrible thing happened. While we were waiting for the coffee, the head waiter came up to us bearing a large basket full of huge peaches. But surely peaches were not in season then. Do you know the fruit which is not available in the season, but in off season, the fruit when you purchase it cost a lot. And the waiter came with a large basket full of huge peaches. Lord knows what they cost. I knew a little later, for my guest going on with with her conversation absent-mindedly took one. Now author was not interested in speaking with her because he was having the tension of payment of bill. "You see, you have filled your stomach with a lot of meat, my one miserable little chop, and you can't eat any more. But I have just had a snack and I shall enjoy a peach." Now she is ready to eat peach also. That means she is saying to the writer that with only food item your stomach is full, but I eat very wisely. So after eating so many things also my stomach is empty. I can eat peach. The bill came, and when I paid it, I found that I had only enough for a quite in, inadequate tip. Her eyes rested for an instant on the 3 francs I left for the waiter, and I knew that she thought me mean. Means after payment of the bill, only 3 franc remain with him. That 3 franc also he gave to the waiter for the tip. But she was looking at him like how mean person. That waiter has done lots of work, then also he is giving very less amount to the waiter. But when I walked out of the restaurant, I had the whole month before me and not a penny in my pocket. Follow my example, she said as we shook hands, and never eat more than one thing for luncheon. By saying that from the beginning, she ate total 6 food items. I will do better than that, I retorted. I will eat nothing for dinner tonight. Now that is the humor. Because already he don't have any franc or any penny left with him to eat something at night. Humorist, she cried gaily. That means she made the fun. That you are very joking. Jumping into a cab. You are quite a humorist. Now, actually, whatever humor is created, that is because of her. Because of her, writer's whole money is spent in one day only. Now, for whole month, he has to struggle a lot. But I have had my revenge at last. Now let us see how he took the revenge. I do not believe that I am a vindictive man. Now, vindictive man means what? The person uh, who always think to take revenge of others. But when the gods take a hand in the matter, it is understandable to the observer. The result with satisfaction. That means on that day, that lady troubled him a lot. He never thought of taking any revenge to her. But God is great. And when God is from in the side of the writer, that means he enjoyed that. Now he is very happy to see her position because today she weighs 21 stone. Now 21 stone is the measurement. It's a measurement to take weight. That means 21 stone. One stone means 6.35 kg, and now uh, she is 21 stone. That means if we count her weight, that means what we have to do? 6.35 into 21. That means her weight is 133 kilo point 35 gram, and she is the lady who used to tell him that she never eats anything for luncheon. After eating nothing, by saying nothing, but she used to eat a lot during her luncheon, and because of that her weight is increased, and that is 133 kilo and 35 gram. So that poet want to say that that is the revenge God has taken on his behalf. And here you can say the people those who advise, they do not follow all the time. And that is the humoristic thing about this lesson, and that is the story of the luncheon. I hope that you might have enjoyed this. If you have any difficulty, do write in comment box, and don't forget to subscribe, like and share my channel, and share this link to your friends also. Thank you.